Hi, this is What You Waiting For, a woman's perspective on camping and survival. And I had a comment to one of my videos, and it was from a very, very, very newbie. They were saying, well, what about the basics? And I've been prepping for, a while, and I'm sure a lot of you have. But when you first get started, everything seems so overwhelming. The Even just the abbreviations, bug out bag, BOBS, there's a BOV, there's EDC, and it is overwhelming, and there's a lot of information that they have to take in. So I wanted to go ahead and maybe start a few different videos as very basic, what we can do to get started. And the first thing is I wanted to talk about everybody that comes in, as a very new person. They are overwhelmed. They have so many different directions to go because you have your food storage, you have your water, you have your skills that you have, your pioneer skills, your camping skills, your worrying about bug out bags, bugging in. You have to know about security, defense weapons. And the first two things I think that anybody that's just starting should do are water and food. And you might say, oh, but you need, weapons and you need this. You do need all that. But to get started, I think food and water would be the easiest things to get started. It would be the easiest things that you could obtain and the easiest things that you could store. And pretty much everybody eats and everybody drinks, so they already know a little bit about food and water. So that's why I think those two are the most important. And in every situation that I have thought about, of whether, bugging out or bugging in or just an emergency, I always come back to we need food and we need water. Whether it's a bad storm and your electricity's out, or a big event such as having to evacuate from a hurricane, or even martial law, or that kind of situation, you're still eventually going to need food and water. And so I wanted to devote another video. I don't know how soon I'm going to be able to get it out because it's football season. We're really busy with the family and everything. Um, yeah, we're from East Texas, so football season is big here. So those two, I say, is a great starting point. And also when you're talking to people that's just starting or that's just thinking about starting, food and water is very easy to talk to them about. When you get into, oh, you need this big gun and you need this and you need that, that's when you're going to start losing the people. So food and water, everybody can relate to. After you get the food and the water started, then you need to build on to those skills. You need to, think about whether something is going to happen, that you need to stay in or you have to evacuate. Then you need to worry about how are you going to defend yourself. That's where your guns come in. You're going to have to figure out if I have to evacuate and if I'm going to be on my own, how will I take it? Where will I go? Will I be going into the wilderness where I have to learn camping type of skills, survivor skills? So everything builds off of, I believe, food and water. Uh, Also, you have to look, everybody's situation for prepping is going to be different. Uh, some people, like in California, they're having to worry about earthquakes. Here we don't have to worry about earthquakes, but we have to worry about tornadoes and hurricanes. Everyone should be worrying about, one day if the everything shoot hits a fan, but uh, in New York, if you're in an urban situation, you might worry about rioting. I mean, so everybody should look at their situation and take what is the most likely thing to happen, take that, take care of those situations first, and then say, okay, I'm covered for a hurricane, and I'm covered for if we have a bad storm and the electricity goes off. But what if, and then go to the next step. And then by the end, you're pretty much covered, not in every single direction because nobody can be covered 100%, but you have a good amount of things that you could be covered for. And a lot of them are overlapping. But important: food, water, build from there. But another very, very important thing is to get educated. There are so many things to learn, so many skills to learn about, and that's just the biggest part. You can have the best first aid kit in the world, but if you've never had a first aid class, you won't know what to do with it. You could have the best, and biggest bug out bag with every single thing in there, but if you get to the location and you don't know what to do with it, how good is it for you? How's that going to work? If you have the best fire starters in the world, this new contraption, but you don't know how to use it, it's not going to work. You could have the best gun, but if you don't know how to load it, you're in trouble. So that's just an idea of some videos that are going to be coming up. I don't know how soon I'm going to get them out, but it's just going to be very, very basic. Just, for very, very new people. And I'm hoping to get them pretty soon, but, with the time, who knows, with me having kids and stuff, sometimes it's hard. So, anyway, what you waiting for? Bye.